All right, let's talk about snow on the ground. Remember I talked about this earlier? My graphic said snow on the ground, and then it said snow on the ground. Now it's just completely gone. Haven't even touched this graphic. I don't know what it's doing. Either way, in terms of the forecast, this is how much snow is on the ground right now. We're getting reports anywhere from generally 5.5 inches fell with this snowstorm. Most of us fell in the 7 to 10 inch range. And then we have a lot of folks, especially down in Canton, Tuscarawas County, down towards the south, even areas of Portage County that are checking in with 12 to 14 inches of snow, even some 15-inch reports. But pick out your town there. You notice we've got quite a bit of snow that is on the ground here in Northeast Ohio. How about compared to average? 42 inches is what we have at Hopkins. Officially, we are above average. So yes, you can officially say at the water cooler, it's been a snowy winter around here. It has. Akron, you're above average as well. Erie a little below, but that's, outside our area. That usually tells us how our lake effect's doing. But Ashtabula, Lake Geauga, you've had a very snowy winter so far as well. Prolonged dangerous cold, though. That's what we're going to kind of flip our attention to. We've got weather impact alerts, not for the snow, but for the cold all the way through Friday. And it's not because we're hyping it up and we love the red bars. It's because we have dangerous cold that we're kind of getting used to and kind of getting sick of. It has this staying power all week this week. I mentioned earlier, I think this is going to be our toughest week of winter to get through, especially temperature-wise. We make it out of this, we should see a nice rebound. 12 right now at Hopkins, -2 is what we're dealing with. Had a little area of impulse energy move through and kind of kick up the snow a little bit, little trough. We've got some lake effect developing behind that. Winter weather advisories. Not everyone in blue is going to see the snow today, but those that do could see upwards of 2 to 4 inches. This is lake effect. The lake's 92% frozen, Matt. How are we getting lake effect snow, you ask? Well, we get evaporation through the ice still, and then obviously there's some open water, plus we get help from other lakes. So lake effect is not effectively cut off. It just isn't as strong as it normally is. But we've got decent flakes right now. These are big flakes falling. Area from Lorain and Amherst, Bay Village getting some snow, Lakewood seeing some snow downtown. And another little burst out here, where you get the little terrain increase, Chagrin Boulevard, out towards areas like Pinecrest and the 271, 422 split, 480 as well, seeing some snow. Notice we've got heavy snow off Lake Michigan. Other lakes not doing a whole lot. Here's our snowstorm now outbound. High pressure has brought in this huge, giant, vast area of cold air all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So there are cold weather alerts, not for January-like cold, but for the bitterly cold stuff, like the dangerous stuff, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. This is just far-reaching. We had the snowstorm, the ice storm, and now we're dealing with the bitter cold. And for us, we've got temps that are in the teens today with some lake effect snow eventually ending. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. This is our newest model run. Notice it keeps the lake snow going throughout the day. Again, 2 to 4 inches where it persists. Backs off tonight as winds start to shift, and then our wind picks up. We will get gusty tonight. We'll have a gusty wind tomorrow. That's something we haven't had all weekend. And so that means our wind chill values go down, all right? It's going to be a little bit more brutal tomorrow. We've got a clipper that'll move in, likely a burst of snow in the morning. Temperatures when they're 6 degrees, this snow's all going to stick. It will be tricky sometime tomorrow morning and then again in the afternoon with some squalls possible as this front moves through. Behind it, we clear out another Arctic air mass, and look at this. Wednesday morning, temperatures well below zero, wind chill values -20, -25. Brutal stuff coming our way. It's going to be cold tomorrow morning with that wind, but Wednesday looks to be the peak of that. How much snow? Not a ton, but again, a couple inches, especially in the snow belt. And then tomorrow's clipper will bring your general ½ an inch to an inch area wide. Long ranger forecasts the cold air. We know it's sticking around, just persistent. And not persistent like 20s and 30s, persistent zeros and teens all across the Great Lakes. The lakes will be doing their thing all week. Not a lot of snow end week. But then look at this. This is the latest Euro run. This will be what we pay attention to, and you as well. Perhaps there would be an East Coast snowstorm Saturday, Sunday again. Here we go again, right? This is a doozy, says the Euro. I mean, this would have the makings of maybe a blizzard in spots. There's wind with this. Look how close it is to us. We need to keep a close eye on it. That's the Euro. The GFS and the other models keep it offshore as a nothing burger. Keep an eye on it. That's what I'll be doing. Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. There's your weather impact alert through Friday. Just bitterly cold air all the way through here. Again, most of the snow today and tomorrow. We shouldn't have a lot of snow later this week. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're going to watch that East Coast low. And then later next week, into the weekend and next week. Boy, 20s sounds so nice, Brissa. It'd be nice to warm up. I think we're going to get it out of the 20s.
Almost sounds tropical.
It almost sounds tropical.